Friends, TV shows like Squid Game have made the entire world go crazy. Kia Motors and Hyundai cars are being sold all over the globe. The BTS band has millions of fans from Asia to America. And a song like Gangnam Style once became the first video to cross 1 billion views on YouTube. All these world-famous names are connected to only one country. Assalamu alaikum friends. Today, we are going to talk about a country that is small in size, almost as big as Punjab, but even if India and Pakistan combined their exports, they would still fall behind this one nation. This country is South Korea, officially called the Republic of Korea. Once destroyed in war, it is now one of the most advanced and richest countries in the world. Not only that, it is also a cultural superpower that has captured hearts everywhere. From entertainment to technology, South Korea has built an empire that the whole world admires. South Korea is located in East Asia, on the southern half of the Korean Peninsula. To the north lies North Korea, separated by a heavily guarded border 238 kilometers long. On its other three sides, the country is surrounded by sea, the Yellow Sea to the west, the East Sea to the east, and the Korea Strait connecting to the Pacific Ocean in the south. Its neighbors Japan and China are close across the waters. The country has a total area of about 100,000 square kilometers, ranking 107th in the world, and its population is around 52 million, placing it at number 29 globally. A majority of the people, around 82%, live in cities, while only 18% still reside in villages. Seoul, the capital, is one of the most modern and bustling cities on the planet. The currency used here is the South Korean won. One Pakistani rupee gives around 5 won, while one Indian rupee equals about 16 won. At first glance, the currency may look weak compared to the dollar or euro, but the economic strength of the country is staggering. With a GDP of around $1.7 trillion, South Korea stands as the 13th strongest economy in the world and the 4th largest in Asia. It is no surprise that it is known as one of the Asian tigers, countries that achieved rapid growth within a few decades. The per capita income here is around $33,000 a year, while in Pakistan, the average per capita income is only $1,800. This stark difference shows how far South Korea has come. The official language is Hangul, an alphabet created in the 15th century that is considered one of the most scientific writing systems in the world. In terms of religion, South Korea is unique. Around 51% of people say they follow no religion, about 30% are Christians, 17% are Buddhists, and the rest belong to other faiths. According to reports, around 17,000 Pakistanis currently live in South Korea, mostly for work and studies, while the Indian community numbers about 13,000. The climate of Korea is distinct. Summers are pleasant, with average temperatures reaching 28 degrees Celsius, but winters are very cold, dropping to as low as -10 degrees. Snowfall is common, and yet life goes on smoothly because of unique heating technology. Unlike many countries where people rely heavily on heaters, South Korean homes are built with underfloor heating systems called ondol, which keep the entire floor warm during the freezing season. Technology plays a major role in every aspect of life here. South Korea is a global leader in technology and manufacturing. Almost 60% of the world's semiconductors are made here. Who hasn't heard of Samsung? This company dominates the smartphone and electronics industry worldwide. LG, another South Korean giant, is also found in nearly every household around the globe. In the automobile industry, South Korea ranks 5th in the world thanks to Hyundai and Kia Motors. These companies have not only powered the economy but also placed South Korea firmly on the global map. Additionally, the country manufactures buses, ships, and even heavy machinery through companies like Daewoo. Exports from South Korea reach $683 billion annually. To put that into perspective, this small country alone exports more than India and Pakistan combined, India exporting about $450 billion and Pakistan only $30 billion. What is even more remarkable is that South Korea has achieved this without oil or vast natural resources. Its only wealth is human talent, discipline, and innovation. Culturally, South Korea is fascinating. Plastic surgery is extremely common here, not only for beauty but also as a cultural norm. About 1.4 million surgeries are performed annually. If you are a plastic surgeon, this is one of the best countries to work in. Another interesting cultural belief is the so-called fan death. Many Koreans avoid sleeping with electric fans running overnight because they believe it could cause death. Strange as it may sound, it reflects unique aspects of local culture. On the health front, South Korea is one of the least obese nations in the world, with only about 3.2% of people considered obese. A diet rich in vegetables, seafood, and traditional foods like kimchi keeps people healthy. South Korea is also one of the safest countries in the world. The crime rate is very low, and punishments are designed to publicly shame criminals. Instead of severe jail terms, offenders may be made to reenact their crimes in public as a warning to others. In this society, losing one's respect is considered a punishment worse than death. Seoul, the capital city, is the beating heart of South Korea. It is a city of skyscrapers, neon lights, high-speed internet, and unmatched modernity. South Korea has one of the fastest internet networks in the world. By 2022, the country had already rolled out 5G services with average speeds of 432 megabytes per second. Nearly 99% of the population uses high-speed internet. Compare this to our own situation, where even fishes chewing on undersea internet cables can disconnect entire countries for days. Tourism is also a major industry. In 2024, more than 16 million tourists visited South Korea. But getting a visa is not simple. The fee is about 12,000 Pakistani rupees, and the process can take up to 6 months, with passports required to be submitted to the embassy. Tourist visas are usually granted for just 10 days. One trick is to first get visas for nearby countries like Malaysia or Thailand before applying to South Korea, which increases your chances of approval. The visa application can be made through the official website visa.go. Once you land in Seoul, you are welcomed by one of the most modern airports in the world. From there, buses and trains take you to the city center in about 45 minutes. Entering Seoul feels like stepping into a futuristic world, giant buildings, modern architecture, and a world-class transport system. Metro lines, taxis, and buses are everywhere. Taxi fares range from 3,800 to 8,000 won, which is about 1,700 Pakistani rupees for a ride. Seoul is one of the most expensive cities in the world, but it is also one of the most advanced. South Korea's fame in pop culture has exploded worldwide. Squid Game, for example, is the most watched TV show in history. On June 28, 2025, Seoul even hosted a grand parade celebrating its success, with people dressing as characters and replicas of the show's set being displayed. Though the show is violent and recommended only for adults, it has become a cultural phenomenon. The cost of making Squid Game was just $21 million, but it earned nearly $900 million. Shopping in Korea is another experience. Myeongdong Street in Seoul is the most famous shopping district, filled with high-end brands, street food, and endless crowds. Shopping malls like Starfield are architectural marvels, with giant libraries built inside. Koreans love music, and it is played loudly even in places like libraries. The country's obsession with pop music is reflected in the global popularity of K-pop bands like BTS and Blackpink. Statues and landmarks even commemorate cultural icons, such as the one built for Gangnam Style in Seoul. The city also has unique attractions like the Cheonggyecheon Stream, a restored canal running through downtown, surrounded by flowers, bridges, and lights. Near Namsan Tower, thousands of love locks cover fences as couples attach them to symbolize eternal love. South Korea is also experimenting with robotic restaurants, where meals are prepared and served without human staff. Beyond Seoul, Busan is the second largest city, located along the sea with mountains on one side and beaches on the other. It offers a mix of natural beauty, modern city life, and traditional Buddhist temples. It is one of the most visited cities by tourists after Seoul. For students, South Korea is an attractive destination. The cost of living ranges from $400 to $800 a month, while tuition fees vary between $2,300 and $5,400 a year. But to succeed here, one must learn the language. English is not widely spoken, and knowing Hangul is essential for both work and studies. South Korea's journey is nothing short of miraculous. In the 1950s, after the Korean War, the country was devastated, with poverty, hunger, and no resources. Yet, in just a few decades, it rose from ruins to become an economic giant, a technological leader, and a cultural superpower. It is a nation that shows the world how determination, education, and discipline can change destiny. Friends, this was today's journey to South Korea. A country small in size but enormous in ambition, culture, and innovation. A country that has given the world music, technology, and entertainment like no other. Do tell us in the comments how you liked today's video, and for our new viewers, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel so we can continue bringing you such informative and interesting stories.